Hi guys, so today I am going to do a review on Interlude Man by Amouage. So Interlude Man by Amouage was launched in 2012 and is actually labelled as the Blue Beast. I'll just quickly show you what the bottle looks like as well. So the bottle is like a dark navy colour and then you've got like gold detail around it. So you've got a gold cap and then you've got like a blue diamond in the middle, and then you've got the Amouage name written in gold and the logo in gold as well. Then on the side you've got Interlude in gold too, on both sides actually, and then underneath you've just got the size and eau de parfum as well. So in the Interlude line you've got Interlude Black Iris as well, and you've also got the extra version of Interlude Man. Today I'm going to review the original Interlude Man by Amouage. So this is classified as an amber woody fragrance for men, which some people find to be too strong, too spicy or too dark. I'm going to tell you what I think of this fragrance. This is actually a very creative and artistic fragrance, plus it's incredibly smooth. I like the scent profile, but I can understand if some people don't and they find it too strong or too powerful. I would still recommend that if you haven't smelt it before, just give it a try. Not buy it obviously, just give it a try if you can, because it's very creative and very artistic, and it is quite dark, but it gives you like an imagination of a painting, a dark painting, and it's just, I don't know, it's just very creative and very imaginary to like figure out its creativity. So the top notes in Interlude Man are oregano, pepper and bergamot. Then you've got middle notes of incense, amber and labdanum, and then you've got base notes of oud, leather, sandalwood and patchouli. The 2 sprays for this are more than enough. Like, this has super great and above average projection, so I highly recommend that you do not overspray this one. I'm not actually going to spray this on my skin today because, first of all, as you can see in the background, it's quite sunny today, so I don't want to wear this in the heat, first of all. And second of all, I've tried this so many times over the last year since I've had it, that I am quite familiar with it as well. So as such, I'm not going to spray it on my skin right now. And plus after this I'm going to do another review, and it's an oil review, so I'm going to apply that on my skin, and I don't want the 2 scents to get mixed up. But ironically, you're actually going to see the oil review before you see this one, but you'll know what I mean when you see it anyway. So yes, back to what I was saying, I highly recommend that you do not overspray this fragrance. The opening of this is lightly fresh and spicy, like you can clearly feel the bergamot. And luckily the pepper and the oregano don't come across too strong. They actually give the opening like a nice balanced touch. So 2 sprays of this is enough to fill up the room and like travel in the house as well. So you can just imagine how much this one projects. So within minutes of spraying this on my skin, the pepper becomes a little bit more stronger, but it's still balancing out with the other notes, which also start to come out more, like the incense, the amber, hints of leather, sandalwood and patchouli. So already all of the notes in this start to come out within minutes of spraying, and they blend in quite nicely. You'll also notice with this though that at random times some notes appear stronger than the others, but the fascinating thing is that they keep changing. So the main scent changes, not drastically, but like at times you'll feel the incense more, then you'll feel the leather more, then it'll change again to patchouli for example, then it'll go back to incense. So I found that particular play of scent very interesting and very masterfully created. Somewhere I do find the incense slightly more dominating though, but you do get like those pops of woodiness, the pops of spices especially, and it's very creative and very playful at the same time. So after about 15 minutes, when the bergamot completely goes away, the scent starts to get darker and more bolder, and it's probably at this point that people find it too strong. It literally fills up the house with its scent, and not in a light way, so this is a very serious scent. You will either really like it or really hate it, but it's definitely not to be played around with. At the 3-hour mark, this still projects off my clothes quite heavily, and averagely off my arm. And the reason why it's quite average at the 3-hour mark is because I washed it off with water, but it was still projecting quite averagely. In fact, maybe slightly just above mid-average, which is really good for it to still be there and still be projecting after being washed off with water. So at the 3-hour mark, the scent is more incensey with hints of leather and some patchouli, and some woody vibes. This kind of lasts until the end. At times you get hints of like the oregano and the pepper which come out at the beginning, but I think the scent is more about the incense, the amber and the spices, which gives it that beast mode performance. There is of course Interlude Black Iris, which is more subtle than this and liked by more people. But for me, this is a very masterful creation by Amouage. It is definitely a masculine fragrance, and I think it's more suited for the colder months. Also, it projects a lot more in the rain. For spring and summer, I'd definitely be cautious wearing this. I mean, you can wear it, but just go easy on the spraying. As a visual, I'd probably like tell you to imagine your living room, for example, and the lights or the chandeliers that you have are the spices. So every time you turn it on and off, you get like those pops of spices. And then the walls are made of amber, and the air particles in the room the air particles that fill up the room are the incense. So it is a strong scent, but it's incredible quality, and whilst it's strong, I don't think it has a harsh scent. But hopefully that visual will give you like an idea of what to expect. So it is mainly based around incense, and then you've got amber as a second main note, and then you've got spices as a third main note as well. But the spices are like very they just like come out at random times, if that makes sense. So that is Interlude Man by Amouage. There is an Interlude Woman by Amouage as well, and I do have the sample upstairs actually. I have tried it and it's quite different to this, I think. I can't remember from the top of my head. But maybe I might review that as well. I'll have to see and probably compare the two. But you know, with Amouage fragrances, the man and woman version don't necessarily have to be the same. Some of them are quite similar, like Gold, for example. Gold Man and Gold Woman are a little bit similar, but not exactly the same. So yeah, with Interlude, there is a women version as well. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, in the man line, you've got the Interlude Black Iris, and then you've got the X-Straight version as well. So of course, fragrances are a very, very personal choice. So whilst I like this, and I'm telling you I like this, I'm saying everything about it, it's not necessary that you have to like it too. And it works the other way as well. So I've reviewed fragrances which I've said, you know, aren't my cup of tea and I'm not particularly fond of them. But you know, if you like the scent profile, then you should definitely go out and try it. Like, you shouldn't be put off by somebody saying this is not a good fragrance, or you know, this doesn't perform well, because fragrances, number one, is a personal choice. So everybody has their own preferences in the type of scent that they like. And also fragrances perform differently on different people because everyone's skin chemistry is different. So my job is to, of course, tell you what the scent profile is like and give you an idea of the performance and the projection. But the chances are that when you try it out, it will be quite different on how it performs on your skin. And of course, the type of scent profile you like will be different to what I like as well. So yeah, whilst I like Interlude Man by Amouage, and a lot of people do, but you know, that doesn't mean that you have to like it as well. I would recommend that you try it out though if you can, not blind buy, just try it out if you can, because as I said, it will give you an idea of how creative it is and maybe like help you to dig into the more darker fragrance world. But yes, I can tell you that there are people that don't like this fragrance, and there are people that absolutely love this fragrance. So yes, you will either love it or you will really hate it. There's no in between. But yeah, that's just it. So that is Interlude Man by Amouage. If you have any questions, then you can drop it in the comments box below. Otherwise, thank you for watching today's video, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.